So the 2025 Mountain West Media Days just wrapped up. It'll be the last one that Fresno State, Boise State, Colorado State, Utah State, and San Diego State will be in as members of the Mountain West. And there were some very interesting things that came out of it. Of course, Boise State once again was picked number one. I believe that they are always picked number one by the preseason polls, even when you'd think that another team could have a huge year like Fresno State in 2013, 18, and 22. Boise was predicted to win those years too, and some of that should be a credit to the program and how consistent they've been, but that's also just the mark of laziness by the writers. So in order of where teams are expected to finish by the media, Boise State is number one, followed by UNLV at number two. Again, another hype pick, all right? San Jose State is number three. Colorado State is number four. The Bulldogs are fifth. Air Force is sixth. Hawaii is seventh. San Diego State is eighth. Utah State is ninth. Wyoming is 10. New Mexico is 11th. And Nevada Wolfpack finished the thing out at 12 in last place. You know, these preseason picks don't mean nothing, as I just demonstrated earlier. But they do give you a mindset of what the general media thinks of you. And if you are a Bulldog fan, and based on that, when you look at your schedule, it's really not that bad, as I mentioned in an earlier video. You got Nevada at home, you have Wyoming and Utah State to finish off the year, although Utah State will be tougher by that end of the year because of Bronco Mendenhall. He'll have that team wound up in the shape. But then you go to Sandy, by that logic, the road games will also be tough. Like you go to San Jose State, you go to Colorado State, Hawaii is always a rough trip. I'm not convinced that San Jose State and UNLV will be anything special. I'm really not. I mean, yes, San Jose State has a respected head coach, but come on. You know, come on. I mean, I'm not trying to diss them. I'm just trying to be realistic about what they've done as a program in terms of fan support and so forth. All right? But this is a position the Bulldogs like being in. Fresno State, as a whole athletic department, not just football, always does better when it's the hunter, not the hunted. We do much better as the underdog. We do much better when we're overlooked. Because whenever this program seems to have the spotlight on it, it has issues. All right? We just can't ever have that magical, perfect season. And so this is where the Bulldogs want to be. Now, if you're a Fresno State fan, nothing particularly new came out of this. You know, Matt Enns is again waiting the off season. Probably the only thing that's noticeable is that if you listen to Bulldog players, they kind of leaked, if you want to use that word, that E.J. Warner is going to be the starting quarterback, or at least they expect him to be the starting quarterback. I don't think that's a leak. I think everyone kind of knows that. I don't think Kurt Warner expects anything less from his boy than to be the Fresno State starting quarterback this upcoming season. He certainly would fit the criteria of what this offense wants from a quarterback, which is just don't make any stupid mistakes, and he is easily the most experienced quarterback out of the ones we have left on the roster. But again, you know, this has to be a best man wins the job position. But Kurt Warner, again, he plugged his Fresno State team on Twitter. He ain't doing that unless he thinks his boy's getting the job. So I don't know how much of a spoiler that really is, other than just stating the obvious. You know, this should not be a huge shocker. So outside of that bit of topic, it was just a typical media day session. Although if you looked at the group photo, you could definitely see that the teams leaving for the pack are a lot happier and more optimistic than the teams staying in the Mountain West. And the UNLV AD went scorched earth on the whole split between the two leagues, if you want to call it that. Showing once again that UNLV is not going anywhere. No matter what the media likes, they'd like to have a team in Las Vegas to cover, but they ain't getting it. And so that's the only noticeable things here. You know, Boise's picked once again. Bulldogs are picked fifth, but that's where we like it. And we'll just see how the season plays out. All right, Bulldog born, Bulldog bred. Going to be Bulldog till the day we're dead. And the Mountain West is going to figure that out.